So we're going to troubleshoot some frames first, and then we'll get going. Hello, Will Rising, Iowa Scotsman. Good morning. I am going to mess around with some graphic settings first. I wasn't having frame issues the other day. Crash Distal. Hello, Ben. Yeah, it's been a long time. Hope you are well as well. Oh. You know what's interesting is I can turn the volume down on the music, but I don't think it changes the volume control. Probably because of the independent volume control. Anyway, thank you. For some reason, it missed the alert there. Crash Distal, thank you for the sub, 22 months. Appreciate that very much. Again, I'm getting 20 some odd frames here, so I'm gonna mess around with a few things. I turned a lot of stuff down. I guess we're gonna turn the clouds down and see if it's related to the clouds. Although there's not a lot of clouds in SoCal. Let me go outside here. Okay, so there's 20. Yeah, there's 20 peaking at like 28 frames. That is not going to work for me. I am using a Real Sim Gear GNS530 hardware panel. Let's see what happens when I bring that back in. I'll close that. Did that really just give me that big of a boost of frames? It did. All right, so when I expand this GNS530 out and then I make it a separate window, that is when I lose frames. You guys can't, well, I can show you the display here. So there's the display. So again, when I make the GNS530 a separate window, I lose, so right there it's 15 frames. As soon as I close it, boom, it's back up to 30, 40 frames. That's unfortunate because I disconnect that GNS530 window and I drag it down to my hardware panel. So I wonder why that is the situation. I guess it's just driving so many different windows. Take a real quick look at the settings. It's just 1024 by 768. Landscape flipped. Nothing fancy. I wonder if I take this over to a different monitor besides the Real Sim Gear panel. No. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, so what we're going to do is bring my graphics settings back up. We'll go medium on the cloud quality. Actually, we'll just leave it right there. And what we'll do is we'll just use the manipulators. So I can use the buttons still on the Real Sim Gear hardware panel, but as soon as I break out that display is when we lose the frames. All right, I'm going to go do a tech route from, I'm going to try to do FS Economy. So we're experimenting with a lot of different things here today. Got a tech route search from myflightroute.com up. We've even got the new XPilot VATSIM client running. But I want to test the plane before I go on VATSIM. All right, so we're going to go to the Oceanside VOR. accept that. It put that in front of the airport though. So let's go menu. Invert the flight plan. There we go. So after Ontario, actually we're at Gillespie. I think. Let's double check that. No, we're not. We're gonna have to load up at Gillespie. Good thing I figured that out before we went too far. There we go, Gillespie. I think we're at Gillespie. Start a new flight, just fresh. Wonder if any of you, hey, hello, Scotty P. X-Plane 11+1, exactly. I wish that there was a, well, and maybe it does exist. I need a spreadsheet of all the X-Plane 12 aircraft that are compatible. Are you making a cameo?
Hello.
What are you doing? What are you eating?
I'm eating fruit.
Fruit snacks. All right, now we're at Gillespie, hopefully. And if we move in here, I'm just going to do menu. Delete the flight plan. For some reason, it still thinks we're at Ontario. That's weird. But we're not, right? If I click on map. No, we're at Gillespie. Okay. Well.
A crazy kid out there.
There is a crazy kid up there. All right, what is she doing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna rotate this until it's KSEE, Gillespie. Accept that. That's really, this must be a bug. I'm gonna delete one of those waypoints. Actually. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now I'm gonna go to Oceanside. See how I'm rotating this knob down here? And it's changing this is what's called the GPS. And that's helps us navigate from point to point. Okay, there's Oceanside, and then after Oceanside, let's go to I gotta change my taskbar settings. Let's go right. Go. And then after Oceanside, we're gonna go Victor 23. Yeah, Victor 23. So the question is, can I go menu here? No. Let's go here, menu. Nope. I thought we could get a Victor Airway there, but it's not doing it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was, there was a way. On the GNS 530, can you load the airway or not? Iowa Scotsman says hello to Flyboy.
Hi.
And John DFW, I'm astonished that Austin released X-Plane 12 in this state. What's your biggest issue? Like if you could fix 3 issues today, what would they be, John? Hello, Tylenol with wings. Good morning, X-Plane. I can't remember if the airway is in here or not, but I'm just going to bring up the flight plan here. All right, we'll go to a waypoint called Kelps. Rotate that to.
We're already on the map.
We're right there. And we're flying up here.
Or where? Right here?
Yeah, right down where the green dot is, right? That's where we are right now. All right, Kelps, hit enter. After Kelps, we're going to go to Dana. I remember Dana from the Pilot Edge days. Dana, that's a good name. Is that who you're going to marry, Flyboy?
No.
A girl named Dana?
No. Just like I don't.
What name do you like for your wife?
Chloe.
Chloe. That's a good name. Do you know a Chloe right now by chance? Maybe.
Maybe means maybe I'll see it later.
Is she in your class?
No.
No.
Maybe means like I might see her later. Like Chloe.
Hey Al, good morning. How do you like X-Plane 12 so far? I think it's a performance increase, but I'm a little bit disappointed by the lack of aircraft compatibility. But that's to be expected with a beta. Give time for the developers to update. The other thing that I'm a little bit underwhelmed with is, again, the fact that they don't have ortho by default. But the performance, I mean, I'll be honest with you, the jury is still out. I'm pretty confident that Hot Start is going to make the Challenger compatible very soon, so that'll be exciting. But John says bugs, bad FPS, and heavy clouds, A330 with a Boeing FMC, artifacts such as UFOs flying in front of my plane. I've heard about the UFOs. All right, after Krause, we're going to go to Balbo. What about the name Balbo, JT? What about the name Balbo for your girlfriend?
No.
No.
No way.
Balbo. So he's decided Chloe is the name of the girl. Balbo. And then after Balbo, we're going to go to mids. So MIDDS. After mids, we're going to go to Seal Beach. Hold on a second, JT. Seal Beach. And then after Seal Beach, unfortunately, we have a radio that we have to go on. Not unfortunately, but it's Chloe or bust, exactly. What? Yes. Good morning, Scotty Bob. Scotty Bob says hello, Flyboy.
Hello.
And also Dat Other Josh. I think Toto already said it was in the works. That's really good news. Anthony D92 says he's enjoying 12 so far. It looks amazing with V states. Anthony, do you happen to have all the V states downloaded? I heard a rumor that they're all going away as far as the download, but Flyboy has a joke. Is it appropriate?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the joke.
What's doll plus fin? Dolphin.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have it. All right, we need to do the outbound radio from Seal Beach to... there is no waypoint, though, for this. It's just a... Yeah, you like that, Scotty Bob. Scotty Bob liked that. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, Josh, is that V-States is no longer going to be able to be downloaded. But apparently, Anthony, it's working okay. Are there any issues with trees? I heard there was some ortho, in general, some issues with X-Plane 12 and ortho and trees, the new trees. I did load True Earth Orbex, so we do have that running today. And Scotty, hey, Flyboy, where are you? Hey, Flyboy. Did he leave or did he go in? Yeah, he needs to he needs to stop growing up for sure. I'm in the process of downloading them all. Managed to download 26 states yesterday. There you go. I'm hoping that the community will share them once I don't have them. Trying to figure out how to do this tech route. Well, I guess we'll just fly this manually. It's weird that a tech route doesn't have a waypoint. Maybe it's Popper. Yeah, let's go to Popper. So I'm going to rotate this to Popper. Papa Oscar. Papa Romeo. And hit enter. After Papa, we're going to go to Santa Monica. Santa Monica VOR. Accept. And then from there, we're going to go to Van Nuys. This is quite a lengthy flight plan. I'd hate to use the computer mouse to put this in. I love that I'm rotating a knob on my real sim gear hardware. All right, Van Nuys, and then destination, which is Camarillo, where I heard there's some really good Mexican food. So back to flight plan. Boom. Okay. Thanks for your patience on that. The tech route is to be flown at apparently 6,000 feet. So we will rotate this altitude knob to 6,000. This is an awful program with the mouse. Absolutely. Iowa Scotsman, you'll have the rest downloaded this week. About a half dozen left to download. Okay, good. I imagine they'll be shared here and there. All right, squawk code today. So down here, how do we change the squawk code? We can change it to altitude, but how do you change the squawk code in the Twin Otter? My Logitech panels are not working. Here if we use the 2D panel, maybe that will. Oh, there we go. It's just too dark. So let's go 3202. There we go. It's just too dark down there. So that's my my observation with the Twin Otter. And then we also, I'm going to switch the CDI to GPS. Okay. Come up here to the throttle quadrant.
What? I'm down in Dad's office.
That's reverse.
What? Okay.
Okay, how do I get out of reverse?
What?
Flight controls are working. Not quite sure how to get out of reverse. Or do I have to reverse these in here? So joystick, throttle, and we'll reverse the access. Nope, that's not it. Not a reverse there. For some reason, it's in reverse. Reverse is up, forward is down. Yeah, no matter what I do, I can only go from idle to max in the reverse direction. So when I push my joystick physical lever full forward, this is moving backwards. That's correct. I thought I want to be... Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It just, in my mind, you're right, you're right. Okay. Thank you, Razor. Let's see if we release the parking brake. Been a little while. Mystery 836 says... Can come out better if they manage a good frame rate, at least. That's what's holding me back. I'd rather fly the Zibo at a good frame rate than having nice scenery and it's just being unusable. I still use MSFS for the GA planes, though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more and more planes becoming compatible. I do like the fact that I can run... I do like the fact that I can run 4K on this sim now with 50 frames right now. Don't hit the Cessna. There we go. Had to toggle nose wheel steering. How is your frame rate for you compared to MSFS? I think there's times with MSFS that I've had a low frame rate. But I seem to have found an optimum position with regard to settings, and I'm not having a frame rate issue at present. And right here we're the only frame rate issue that I'm having with X-Plane 12 is the fact that I can't pop out my GNS 530 and put it onto my Real Sim Gear hardware panel without losing 20 frames. So I would say X-Plane 12 in general is a performance improvement. Especially with the default aircraft, we just have to be patient with our payware aircraft that are working on updates. I was looking at the X-Plane forums, and someone mentioned that the Aerobasque DA50 was compatible with 12. I tried to load that up this morning, and it was no bueno. The G1000 would not turn on. So I'm not sure what variation of situamination that prevented me from that G1000 turning on in the Diamond DA50. But take all compatibility reports with a grain of salt, if that makes sense. Thank you again, Razor. I really appreciate the help. Yeah, I love the PMDG for MSFS. I got the 800. I haven't flown it very much. I did try the Zibo for about an hour in this sim, and I couldn't get it to auto-populate the CG percentage. Someone mentioned that I need to go to the EFB, the iPad, and do the fuel and the payload before I'm going to get the CG percentage to auto-populate, but I don't know. If I'm gonna fly, I mean, I'll try it again, because, you know, we're digging that Zibo is still maintaining that great freeware aircraft. But if I'm in the mood for 737, it's hard not to go to the PMDG. I'll be honest there. Are the stock planes payware-like? I would say not. You know, besides the Cessna, I would, you know, the Cessna to me is payware quality. But then again, it's also default quality. So Cessna's pretty easy to do. I've got shadow quality turned down, so I do have a little bit of jagged edge there. The runways have been improved in X-Plane 12. The sound has been improved. Sasquatch says the B-58 is very good. The only problem I found with the B-58 is I haven't figured out how to use the VOR needle. There's no like, I couldn't get it to track a VOR for some reason. Anthony did a flight in the A330 yesterday. Really impressed how it flies, better than JAR design minus the FMC. So is it true that it's a Boeing FMC in the A330? Wasn't there someone that took over the Zevo mod? Oh, I know Skymatics is involved in it, but I thought Zevo was still involved. All right, I'm going to turn up the sound for takeoff. We're going to take off, and then we'll fly north west to Oceanside. The Super Cub is very nice as well. I tried that once. Okay, sound going up for a bit. It's the default FMC? Okay. I do need some flaps. Here we go. They're working on a custom Airbus McDo. All right, there you go. Hello, HD simulation. It's a Boeing FMC until they fully develop one. Okay. 53, 43, 53 frames. A bus is crossing the runway. A little bit of stutter there. Noise canceling headphones engaged. Just gonna hand fly it here and see how it works here. Again, this is is it RW Designs? Twin Otter DHC6, I believe. Payware. So far, it looks to be compatible with X-Plane 12. Ground traffic still looks like a madman. Yeah, I do have a little bit of a tendency for the plane to turn to the left. That could be P-torque, or what's it called, P-factor, or it could be my aileron trim. All right, let's test the autopilot. I engage that, and we'll go nav. We're at we're at 1,500 feet climbing. Oh, crap. I just realized something. I gotta go back to the airport. Anyone figure out what I forgot? Yep, exactly. Forgot the passengers. Got so excited that I forgot the passengers. So we're just gonna, I'm using my heading knob on my Axe Air autopilot. If you're interested, this hardware that you're looking at right now on the camera is great for simple autopilot manipulation. So I'm rotating the heading bug to go back to Gillespie for a moment. Just do a little, exactly. I'm gonna throw down some ropes, and we're gonna have him jump onto the ropes, and all will be good. And there's Gillespie right there in front of us. It's the Axe Air autopilot, so it has heading, speed, altitude, vertical speed. You can change your radio frequencies. You can engage your autopilot, your flight directors, your localizers, your approach mode, course. Also, you can engage your auto throttle. Of course, you can manipulate those switches to do whatever you want, but that's what's labeled on the front. I'm going to attempt to use the FS Economy client and start the flight. Let's see if it'll let me. You have no rented aircraft at Gillespie. What? What was that noise? So for some reason, even though I do have a rented aircraft at Gillespie, it must not like the alias. You have no rented aircraft at Gillespie. Stand by. Yep, I don't. That's what happens when you snooze, you lose. All right, we're going to continue the flight. So we're going to use heading mode and go back on our flight route just to do some testing. Lars Rass with the subscribe. For some reason, the subscribes are not working as far as the alert noise is concerned. But Lars Rass, 63 months. Finally, a proper sim. Yeah, we're getting good frames. My issue today is that I lost my aircraft at Gillespie, so I can't test FS Economy. But we're going to continue on the flight regardless. I could divert up to Ontario and rent one there, but oh well. If I do have a good experience, now we're going to re-engage the nav here. So I'm going to hit nav. Boom. And we're going to go to, yeah. What are you doing? We're going to Oceanside. What were your thoughts on the other idea? Did you look it up? All right, well, maybe we'll go there. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go somewhere else. I'll text you. All right, so we're direct to Oceanside VOR. Maybe when we do get to Seal Beach, maybe I will divert to Ontario. No, because, well, yeah, I think I will. I think we'll go to Seal Beach. We'll shoot the approach into Camarillo, or sorry, into Ontario. Then we'll pick up a bunch of passengers and then continue on. I think that's a good idea. So, so far, again, this plane seems to be working, except for that. And again, I talked. If you missed it, if you just tuned in, this Real Sim Gear hardware panel. Whenever I pop it out to another window, I'll do it right now. So I come up here and then I hit this thing. You guys won't see it when it pops out to another window because I'm not broadcasting the other window. I lose a lot of frames. But as soon as I close this window, I get, well, in that case, I got 40, 50 frames. So something's going on. Something's going on with that window. Wonder if M9 Aviation will be able to pop by the stream today. There's 3,500. I think because we're only going to Ontario, I think I'm going to level off at 4,000. I do not have any control over the haze layer. Obviously, I can change the time of day, which affects the scene around me. But I wish they got rid of the fog be gone control that used the John Fly haze manipulation ability. It's maybe somewhere else, but I do not like even though it may look accurate, to have that haze. I want a little bit more clarity. But so far so good. Again, there's 50 some odd frames here. If you like general aviation twin Otter type aircraft, you know, X-Plane 12 will work well for you. Lars Rass, what have you been flying in the new X-Plane 12? This is a Caribbean livery, very appropriately being flown in California. Oh, there's 4,000. Let's hit altitude hold. And we will dip back down to I'm going to bring back throttles just a little bit here. Speed seems a little bit slow. Did my flaps not raise? Oh, they didn't. Checklist, checklist, checklists. I'm going to dip down off of autopilot to 4,000. There we go. Engage. And alt. Actually, just starting to set it up. I've been totally inactive and got a new PC. Oh, what CPU and GPU did you go with? And maybe motherboard if you cared to share. Quite happy with my 3080 Ti and my AMD 5900X. Although there's some new fancy dancy Ryzen processors out. I think I have to start with the 172 to regain some flying skills. 172 is a great start. Okay, this scenery looks pretty good right here. There's golf course. Orbex True Earth is looking pretty good from 4,000 feet. Wouldn't you agree? Would you say that looks MSFS like? There's the golf course emote. 7 billion snacks awarded. Bam. Shakalaka. Another golf course. I think it looks good. Yeah, a little FSE economy, Nathan. And no, Snack Air's not starting back up. And by the way, our FS economy flight is not working on this leg. We're going to pick up some passengers, though. Just wanted to stop by and say hi, says Rigorian. Hope all is well with you and yours. Looking good, old man. There. Thank you, Rigorian. Long time no chat. Good to see your name in chat, for sure. I'm hoping that several of you are considering going to Flight Sim Expo in Houston in, is it June? A really bad time of year to go to Texas, but it's the Asus Z690, the i9-12-900K, and an RTX 3080 Ti. That is a screaming machine. Yep. And do you have a 4K monitor by chance? Or 2K is fine, but do you have 4K? I'm running on 4K TVs. 48-inch 4K TV. It's gigantic in front of me. It's probably overkill. Playing Train Sim World today on my PS4. Well, isn't that fantastic? Thank you for the random update. There are some people that look at Flight Sim and they say, well, what's fun about flying a plane on, and especially on like autopilot, like I am right now? And they go, they just don't understand it. I mean, I love it. I love it. You guys know that. But when it comes to Train Sim, I'm like, why? But then again, maybe it's therapeutic. 34-inch wide, not completely 4K. Okay. Still not going terribly fast. But our flaps are up, right? Yep, flaps are up. We could push the envelope a little bit. I left the gear down. There you go. Okay, up here is the Oceanside VOR, and we'll make a right turn once we hit the Oceanside VOR. Or did we already pass it? I think we already passed it. What the snack? Are we not on nav? Huh, we're not on nav. I was like, I don't recognize this being the Oceanside VOR. It's right up here. That was a little accidental sightseeing. Now we're heading to the VOR. It actually looks good. Another golf course. I don't see why you can't fly this plane, so stamp of approval X-Plane 12 on the RW Designs DHC6 Twin Otter. There are two variations in FS Economy. One is the Aerosoft version and one's not. I will say that X-Plane 12 has improved the water The clouds are a work in progress, though. And for some strange reason, my barometric pressure in the sim right now is 2543 and dropping. I don't think that's right. I'm going to quickly go into flight configuration, customize, download. And apply. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have a marine layer. Emergency IFR pickup, yeah. Well, we are on an IFR flight plan, so there is that. But doesn't look very appealing. All right. I'm going to disengage the autopilot, bring back my throttles, and I'm going to pitch down just to get back down. Let's see if I can drop below the cloud layer. We'll try to stay on course. Ooh, we're dropping a little bit aggressively. No, there is no drop below this one. We'll get down to, oh, there we go, down to 3,000. Something, it looks like we're... Oh, it's telling the Chino altimeter on my radio. It's weird. There's 3,000. There's 3,000. We got some moisture as well. Okay, we're back on autopilot at 3,000. Has Orbex made an environment that supports X-Plane 12 yet for installing? I installed True Earth Orbex, Washington, Oregon, Northern and Southern California, and Florida. And this is right here, and what you're looking at is Orbex True Earth SoCal. So it's, I just copied over what I had in the X-Plane 11 directory. In fact, I may have just did a shortcut to the same location. So I think X-Plane 11 and 12 are both using the same directory, which is fine for now. I have to engage my wipers. Wait. Oh, it is wiping off the rain. Yeah. You've expanded pretty significantly this month into FS economy, and pretty happy with it. You picked up 18 3-loaders and 7 2-loaders over in Egypt. Wow. Okay, we can turn off. Park those bad boys. All right, I'm gonna go direct Ontario. So we'll do direct. Actually, we'll go to flight plan, menu. And I'm gonna rotate down to delete the flight plan. And I'm gonna go Ontario. Hit enter on that and then go direct. Hitting the direct button, activate. Okay, we're direct Ontario. Whose twinner is this? Twin Otter. This is RW Designs. DHC6, yep. RW Designs. So far, so good. Yep, N87UP has it correct.